Hey book beauties, welcome back to Reads and Feels, my weekly book talk. Well, there's the book from last week and I had a lot of feels about it. There was one I read and there was a little bit of feels, and the one I'm on, I have a couple of feels, but I feel like I'm gonna have so many feels once I'm done reading it. So let me show you. Rose and Chains, you guys. Rose and Chains. You have to read this one. I was vlogging while I was reading that one, and then I was thinking, why is it kind of hard for me to grasp it? Because you know those first 40, 50 pages, you really have to pay attention to it and you really have to read it kind of slowly, not too fast, so you could get the feels, so you could see what is going on. But I was like 60, 70 pages and I was like, what is going on? I mean, I knew what was going on, but I feel like it was a little bit harder for me to connect with it. And it's because it was in third person. But I feel like I didn't realize it, but then I kind of did after, because I went back to it. I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Because it was in third person, but sometimes it didn't seem like it was in third person because it was interesting. Because sometimes when it's in third person, I don't know, I feel like for me it's a little bit harder to connect to it because it's kind of like the story's being told to you instead of you really kind of experiencing it when it's in first person, if that makes sense. But then after it got interesting, I really, really liked it. I loved this fantasy romance, and for it to be in third person, I feel like once you started reading more, it just got more and more interesting and you didn't know what was going on. It was a little thrilling in a way. There was all this suspense. It was interesting. I really couldn't put it down. I finished it in 2 days, and she's kind of thick. She's like 400 and something pages. She's so gorgeous, you guys. I am obsessed with this book and I cannot wait for the second one. Brioni, I don't know, I was saying Brioni, but Brioni and Tovin, dude, there was just this thing going on between them and you feel it, but nothing ever happens. Like they don't get together or anything like that. But in the second one, I feel like they're going to start working together, and then that's probably where things will blossom or whatever. But dude, you guys, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I just freaking knew it, dude. I knew it. I don't want to tell you what I knew because I don't want to give it away, but since the beginning I said, I don't know, this seems a little bit off. It just seems a little off just because of the way that she said she didn't feel anything or anything like that. And I said, no, dude, like something happened. Something is going on. Maybe he's planning something. I don't know. But it tells you towards the end. And I was like, no freaking way. Well, it gives you a little hint. And after that, I immediately knew it. I said, it's not somebody else. Like, no. But then it tells us in the end. And then it's interesting because of the whole dragon thing. I don't know. But I feel like in the second one, it might tell us what truly happened. And that's what I want to know. What happened, but I'm not gonna tell you about what because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But anyways, I totally recommend this one. And dude, I'm gonna have to wait like a whole nother year for the second one. Like, what the fuck? But that one was really good. Totally recommend it. Welcome to Murder Week. This one, it was cute. It was interesting because of the whole murder thing. They were trying to figure out this whole pretend murder case, but then there was something else that she was trying to figure out, which wasn't intentionally. It wasn't intentionally in the beginning, but the people that she's with, like the two other friends that she made, I guess, there, tell her that she should investigate because, you know, maybe she'll find out some stuff or whatever, get closure and all this stuff. So that whole thing was interesting, but there wasn't much romance, and I feel like I wanted a little bit more romance, you know, because I like it when a romance book has more than just romance, but this was just the other stuff, and I you kind of saw it coming, you know, and the romance too. So it was cute. It was a fast-paced read. I didn't feel like, you know, much about it. And then my current read, you guys, I started reading this last night and I am very intrigued. Very intrigued. Soul searching. I love me like those, you know, witchy vibes, paranormal vibes, but in romance books. I mean, in thrillers, not so much. And I haven't read like a horror book because that's too scary. And like, I'm not a fan of scary movies because they're scary, you know? But this isn't scary because it's romance. And then it's interesting because you don't know how the whole paranormal thing is going to go about with the romance, you know? Because you're like, what? Paranormal and romance? That's what makes it interesting. I think she's going through something right now with the whole paranormal thing where her little, what would you call it? I wouldn't say magic, but she's different. She's different. And I thought maybe he was the same, but I don't think so. Who knows? I don't know. But I feel like he's also going through some stuff because he kind of just moved there. And there's this thing where she asked him why he's there, but he didn't say why. And she said if she's running from like a heartbreak or something like that. And I don't know what happened, but that's very interesting because he might tell us, who knows, but that's what I want to know. And I don't know if maybe like his ex or something passed away, because she keeps talking about this ghost, 'cause she sees ghosts. She keeps talking about this girl, and I feel like maybe it's his ex. I don't know. Who knows? I'm gonna have to keep reading. She is kind of thick. I'm like a fourth in, I'd say. And dude, I haven't read none of her books. Lila Sage, they're always being recommended. They say they're really good. And when I saw this one, it really called my name. Because look at the cover. Like, look at the cover. And she's tatted. And soul searching, it just seemed so interesting, you know? And I guess this is the first book in a new series that she's creating. And I haven't read none of the other ones. I don't know if I want to read any of the other ones because, I don't know, maybe later on, not right now. But we'll see how I feel about this one. And let me know if you have read any of her books and which one is your favorite and if I should read it. I don't know what the other one's about. Oh no, I think it's about like cowboys or something like that. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But these are the books that I read last week. And this is the one that I started. Stay tuned for next week's, I was going to say episode. Well, yeah, I guess kind of like an episode. Next week's video to see my whole review, my whole feels about this book. Because I feel like it's going to be good. So far, so good. And then what else am I going to read? I don't know, you guys. I have a couple books that they've sent me. I don't know. They're not really calling my name right now. And I thought about going to the library yesterday. But I didn't go to the library. Actually, no. I just remembered. I put some books on hold at the library. And I got an email yesterday, but I didn't see it till later on, or else I would have gone. I probably gotten some other books. I put 2 or 3 on hold, and one of them is ready. What's it called? The Conditions to Will? I don't know, but everybody was like hyping it up and stuff like a couple months ago when it came out. And I really wanted to read it because the cover was really calling my name. It seemed very interesting. And I'm going to pick that one up and probably read that one this week. I think that's what it's called. Conditions of Will. Let me see. Let me check real quick. Where is my email? No, actually, that's the wrong email. Yeah, I have like a couple emails. Yes, The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I'm so excited to read this one. So excited. So I'm going to read that one this week because I have to pick it up, you know. I have like, I don't know, 10 days to pick it up. But I am going to read that one next week. Let me know if you have read that one. That one did come out this year. I'm not sure when, but yeah. So let me know if you have read any of these books. Let me know what you have read this summer. Well, summer's almost over. When is summer actually over? I don't know. But I mean, I'm still going to continue reading some summer books. I just love summer related books, and it makes me feel like it's still summer because I like the fall. I love the whole fall vibes and the fall books. I love the fall books, but I do not like the fall weather. I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, comment down below what you're currently reading. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.